Hey, what's up guys? Gentleman Features, hope you're doing well today, and we are checking into the part 7 of the Scandinavian Empire, playing as Sweden, and the continuation of Operation Viking that is going on right now across the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean and down in South America as well. So we're going to cover a lot of things that has happened since the initiation of Operation Viking on the American coalition. That's going to include the East Coast front, the West Coast front, the Mexico front in Central America, and what is also happening down here in Argentina. And we're going to cover the African front as well, and some developments in Russia. So first, let's look at the successful landings that has occurred in the eastern coast of the USA. In our last video, we went over what the plans were to invade the North American continent, and that was to land on the cities of DC, New York, and Halifax with naval support. Most naval support has now left the area after a successful landing with the Norwegian Marines. This was made possible through the Special Forces, giving us some recon of the area. You can see here's their sight range, viewing the exact area and if there's any units, any composition in that area. Special Forces confirmed with our guys that there was nothing for them to encounter, so it was pretty easy for us just to land on the beaches and take it. We had some naval resistance right in this area after we took the city of Washington, D.C., but this stack easily destroyed some Mexican destroyers, which we had no trouble dealing with. So after we captured these 3 key cities, I moved my Special Forces deeper into the heartland of the USA to do more recon, and finding that most of these cities were not well prepared. Chicago and St. Louis, both being annexed cities, had no units in them. We expected to see some kind of resistance going deeper into the land, but as you can see, the only thing that we have, level 3 air-spirited fighter, which has not even left yet, and I can easily destroy this with my Special Forces unit during recon. In the Canadian cities of Quebec, Montreal, and Toronto, there was nothing there for our forces to fight. This Special Forces unit was in charge of Toronto, nothing there. And then here is the Commando that I'd like to share with you guys. Look at that sight range. Very, very large, even compared to the Special Forces unit. Is basically double the size when you look at it in that comparison, that real-time comparison. So I used the Commando to do recon for Montreal and Quebec, nothing there. So now I'm just going to move him out of there. Where I'm moving him now is all the way down into Mexico, which is what we're going to cover next. This is the main thrust into taking out the Mexican nation and landing on his heartland and taking out his cities. So continuing on with Operation Viking, we can see that Norway has also landed a Marine unit in this city and successfully taken it. My naval units prepared the cities ahead of time, bombarding them. Veracruz has a few units in here. We don't know exactly what they are, but it is an infantry unit that my radars are picking up. And my main 2 stacks are now landing on the beaches as we speak. You can see that there's about 2 hours of disembarking going on right now as both stacks land here. You can see the stack is high level, level 4 tank destroyers, level 4 mobile artillery, level 4 SAMs, level 1 mobile air vehicle, and a level 4 mechanized infantry. And then we have supported the same exact stack, just adding a level 3 mobile radar, giving us a huge arc, basically covering the entire central region of Mexico. We're even picking up some signatures in Mexico City, nothing in this city over here. But we also see some mercenary outposts, so we have to be expecting some mercenary bands to be waiting for us, because those only cost manpower and money, which you can have. If you've lost a lot of these cities and your resources, you're still going to have some manpower and cash left over, so we're expecting to see some resistance with mercenary bands. So as my 2 main stacks make the main invasion, landing at Veracruz with naval support, we also have here another naval stack attacking this northern city of Mexico on the border with Texas. No units in here. I've been attacking this city for a good bit, and no units are in this city, so I've just been taking out infrastructure to slowly as we go. But going back to the Commando, his route is this route here, and he's going to land in this jungle area of Coban right here, and he's going to do some recon for me on the Guatemala City annexed city, which Mexico has annexed, and he has another annexed city deeper in the heartland of Central America. So he's going to be very useful for me getting in here in the jungle. So that's going to be very useful for me to have him recarning in that area, getting more intel for my units. Up here in the more northern section of the front in Mexico, we have our units that successfully landed in San Francisco first, and then moving on through Bakersfield and into Mexicali. And here's the remaining stack that I have left that's fighting a high level mechanized infantry, which is level 6. My stack has 3 level 4 mechanized infantries, a SAM launcher, and a mobile artillery. We are almost about to take out this unit, has not much HP left. I think we're going to take Mexicali no problem, and we're going to hold this for a while until the morale goes down. Same thing with San Francisco, not moving this unit until this morale goes down, and then we can move forth and take more land. Probably move this unit north to go to Portland and take that city. And you can see this blue line. This is Finland. He's going to take Vancouver. So it seems that on the Western Front, we're having not much resistance. I'm still expecting to see mercenaries when we go deeper in here, because I don't think he's going to go down with the fight. It's possible that he might give up though. Speaking of mercenaries, we are actually having some trouble here in Russia, up in Siberia. You see one lone Colombian Marine unit, a level 4 unit, that sailed all the way from Colombia or somewhere over here, landed in Siberia, established a mercenary outpost. So we know that those mercenaries being spawned here because we've already been fighting them. Finland has been having to deal with them. I think it's more of an annoyance on Colombia's part to frustrate us as we're trying to defeat them. But you see this one unit that's just going by himself, and we're going to need to take that out because he's going to keep moving and moving. I think Finland's got it taken care of. I mean, if you look here, he has a strike fighter that can take out that unit once it's in range. So a small but maybe a little bit of annoying front that opened up that we just had to clean up and make sure it doesn't get too established with mercenaries causing some havoc over here in Russia. I would say it's more of a distraction to keep us from pressing on and taking out the enemies. And then in the southern part of Operation Viking, we have the Romanian and the Japanese navies bombarding the Argentinian cities. So you see here we have 2 Japanese destroyers, level 5, bombarding these cities that aren't annexed, but he's doing some damage there. And then we have the main massive fleet of cruisers of the Romanian fleet coming through here up into this area and going to do some damage into the heartland of Argentina. So he's on his way up there, gonna do some cleanup here. We see down here that Colombia has taken what is mainly Patagonia. Maybe there's some kind of strategy to this. I don't know what's going to happen, but we do see this is recently taken. Maybe they don't want us to take this land so we can't outflank them. Romania may end up in some naval battles, as we see that Argentina has a level 3 naval base here and a level 5 naval base at Buenos Aires and a level 4 in this city as well. So there might be some resistance that he's going to have to deal with, but I'm honestly not too worried because he has this many cruisers, which is insane. Look at that damage. Look at those numbers. I think he's going to be all right. So that is the American side. That is Operation Viking in full motion right now. I would say it's in the middle stages, especially when we land. I think we're going to have some successful landings here. We're going to have some resistance, but I'm not too worried about these units. Let's go over to the African front, which is another theater that has opened up, and we're trying to clean up from the American coalition. I have a stack that I've moved down from Constantine down here into the Sahara Desert, and here is the stack that's moving forth. We have 6 mechanized infantry, 3 tank destroyers level 4, and then we have support from a mobile radar, a SAM, and mobile artillery. Same stacks that's going on in Operation Viking. Moving them into what was formerly known as Mali to take out these cities here from the Colombian nation. You see you have an airstrip here, so I don't know if there's any units here yet because my radar is not picking up enough intel yet because we're not close enough, of course. As you can see the green arc here. So as we get closer, we're going to have a better idea if we're going to have some kind of resistance to fight in Africa. As that is happening, we have the Romanian forces coming down into the middle, which is held by Mexico. A lot of these cities are not held as annexed cities by Mexico, so we don't have to worry about any of that, but there might be some ground forces in here that we're going to have to clean up. But as I take Mali and the western part, of Africa. We're going to have Romania come straight down south and take this land and give us more points. So that's pretty much a good wrap up of what's going on at this moment. Not too much other than I would say that we had a little bit of an incursion in Portugal. We had some troops land here in Lisbon, but now it's turned into insurgents thing, and I think it's pretty much taken care of. We had some more mercenaries. Might have been Marines from Colombia that landed here. Basically, I think Colombia is just sending troops all over the place, trying just to cause havoc as we take out them slowly. One thing I really want to highlight about the Commando, give you guys more information on this unit if you're not familiar with it, is let's click on the stats. And one thing I didn't cover is its ability to have defense modifiers when it's in the mountains, forest, and in the jungle. Now this is a level 1, so you're going to have plus 25. But let's see, I'm actually currently upgrading to a level 2. You see it goes up to plus 75% in the mountains, 50 in the forest, and 75 in the jungles, which is very strong. A lot of army units can even contend with that. Now let's go to the highest level that we can see for the Commando. And that is plus 50, plus 75% in the mountains still, 50 in the forest, but then you get added 25 in urban environments, so that's in the cities, and then in the suburbs you have 25, and it still stays at 75 in the jungle, but the hit points go up to 25, which is higher than the highest level motorized infantry, but not as high as the mechanized infantry, which can be at 35. So the highest hit points for a Commando, I would say, is in the middle of the pack for the highest hit points for infantry, so keep that in mind. Still see the sight range I've already covered in the bonus video. If you had missed that, I encourage you to go watch that. But you can see these ratings are extremely high for infantry fights and pretty acceptable against armor, and it has a little bit of defense against air targets. Now think if you had 10 of these in one stack, or if you had 5, you're going to have a lot of damage on infantry. That would be very, very strong against them. And then if you fight them in terrains that you're in a defensive mode against them, I think you're going to win that battle hands down no matter what. So while we're here, let's talk about research for mechanized infantry. I have been still at level 4. I've mainly been focusing on my special forces and the Commando to get them to the highest level possible. Right now, currently have the special forces upgrading to level 4 to have the amphibious warfare training. And then I need to get the modern SAS to unlock level 3 Commando, because right now this is level 2 that I'm upgrading to right now. Armor has not been upgraded, still at level 4 tank destroyer, level 4 mobile artillery, and SAM launcher. Now I have upgraded the mobile radar to level 3, which gives you the ability to airlift, which is a huge advantage. If you have mobile radar in your stacks, I would highly suggest that you do level 3, so at least you have the airlift. Of course, if you upgrade even more, you can reveal stealth units and have larger radius of range for that radar. But if you don't want to invest too much, I at least say get level 3 so you can airlift it with your high level armor and infantry. Helicopters, I still have the ASW at level 1, strike fighter at level 2, bomber at level 1. My ships are still at the same, level 2 corvette, level 5 frigate, and level 5 destroyer. And then of course, already covered, we have the Commando currently researching at level 2 of 46%. That's basically it, guys. To wrap up the video, Operation Viking going very well. We've landed in the North American continent. We had some lost units for Norway and Mexico City, but that's okay. His forces were just to land and cause some havoc and get some footholds, and now I'm coming in to just finish the job in Mexico, land in Veracruz, and then go straight to Mexico City, take this city as well, and this one here. And I think that's probably going to be game over for Mexico. So that's it, guys. Any questions, comments, let me know, and I'll see you guys next time.